This is my honest opinion on if the American Express Gold Card is worth it for you. And after 5 years of holding the card, I have some opinions. I'm Rachel. I post credit card strategies and I teach you how to use your points to book business and first class flights. So consider subscribing if that sounds interesting to you. I also post daily on TikTok if you want to stay up to date. I'm going to break this video down into 4 sections. The first section being the annual fee and the sign up bonus. The second section will be the points multipliers on this card and spending categories. In the third section, we'll cover perks on the card. And in the fourth section, I'll break down my thoughts on the card and how I would go about spending those points. Let's dive into it. So at the time of filming, it is September 2025. There is an up to 100,000 point welcome offer on this card. You're only eligible for that offer if you haven't had the American Express Gold Card before. So with this specific elevated offer, you need to apply via the American Express website, and this doesn't do a hard pull. It is just a check to see what your personalized offer would be. I've had friends receive 80,000 point offers, and I've also heard of people receiving the full 100,000 points. I have an elevated offer referral link in the caption, so feel free to check that and see what your personalized offer is after you've watched to see if this card makes sense for you, of course. The current annual fee is $325, which is quite high. However, the perks on the card do tend to make up for it in most people's instances, but more on that later. Let's get into the spending categories. So on the American Express Gold Card, you can earn 4x points on grocery shopping and on dining. Now, given that these are quite high spending categories for a lot of people, the multipliers can increase the velocity of your points earning pretty dramatically. You can earn 4x points on dining globally up to $50,000 of spend. Now, that's pretty compelling and the highest that I know on any credit card. You can also earn 4x points on US supermarkets up to $25,000 of spend per year. That 4x points on groceries is higher than any other card that I know as well for that spending category. You'll receive 3x points on flights booked through American Express Travel or with the airline directly. However, the Platinum American Express has better earning potential for these categories. You'll also earn 2x points on prepaid hotels booked through Amex Travel. However, you can usually get better pricing on booking.com. And if you pair that with a shopping portal like Rakuten, you can often get 6x or 10x points if you link up your American Express membership card. I'll post more videos on that later, so another reason to stay subscribed. And then it's just 1x points on all other purchases. Moving into perks, this is how you're going to earn back the cost of your annual fee. On the American Express Gold, you do receive $120 annually of Uber credits, which can be used for rides or Uber Eats, and this is broken down into $10 statement credit per month. I do find this is quite an easy perk to use given that I Uber and I do order a lot of Uber Eats. You'll need to add your Gold Amex as a payment method in your Uber account, and then each month you'll receive that $10 Uber cash in your Uber account. The next easiest credit to use, in my opinion, is the Resi credit, and that's $100 per year broken into two $50 chunks per 6 months of the year. So $50 from January to June, and from July to December, another $50. When you use your Gold Amex at a Resi restaurant, this will be automatically applied as a statement credit. This is quite easy to use if you live in a major city that has a lot of restaurants that are represented in the Resi program. You'll also receive $120 of dining credit, again broken down into $10 per month chunks. And this is applied as a statement credit, which automatically shows on your account when you use your Gold Amex at one of the approved locations. The dining credit is only applicable at these select restaurants, including Cheesecake Factory and Grubhub. I usually use mine for a Grubhub order pickup that's around $10. Of course, if you're ordering Grubhub delivery, there's a lot of extra fees and things, which end up costing a lot more than $10. You'll also get access to the hotel collection benefits through the American Express portal. So when you book 2 nights at these hotels, you'll get $100 of property credit, early check-in, late checkout, some other perks as well. These are usually a little bit more expensive hotels though. Some other bonus benefits include extended warranties and purchase protection when you buy items with this card. And then my least favorite perk, You get $84 of Dunkin' credit annually, which is broken into $7 per month. You'll just need to use your American Express Gold Card when you're buying something at Dunkin'. I don't use this personally. I don't like Dunkin'. There is a hack. You can load $7 of credit onto a gift card monthly via the website, the Dunkin' Donuts website. How I use this credit personally is if I'm walking by a Dunkin' Donuts, I go inside. If I see someone about to pay for their order, I'll step in and I say, "Hi, I have a Dunkin' Donuts voucher. If you don't mind, I'll pay for you. I'd rather it not go to waste." And usually the person is kind of surprised, but very appreciative. And I don't film it. I don't stick a camera in their face. I just do it out of like the kindness of my heart. That sounds cringe. I'm sorry. So here's the juicy part. Do I think that the American Express Gold Card is worth it for you? Yes. Yes, I do. I love this card. Let's break down why I love this card. Mostly it's because of the points multiplier categories. Two of my biggest spending categories are groceries and dining. So if I'm spending about $1,500 per month on these categories, sometimes more, sometimes less, not sure, then that's 6,000 points per month that I'm earning. If I was buying those things on a different card at a 1x multiplier, I would just be getting 1,500 points per month. So 6,000 times 12 months, that's 72,000 points, and that's enough for a business class flight from the US to Europe. I find I do get the value back from the perks. Definitely the Resi credit for $100, 100% for the Uber credit, $120. So that's $220 of credit right there. I probably remember to use the dining credits about half of the year. So that's $60, that's $280. And then buying Dunkin' Donuts here and there for other people, that probably gets me just to the $325 annual fee. And given the points multipliers on the card and that 72,000-ish points that I earn per year on groceries and dining, that saves me $3,000 on a business class flight. So it's a lot of value actually when used the right way. Let's talk about how I would use that sign-up bonus. If I got 100,000 points, I would fly from the US to Europe business class, probably with Flying Blue, which is KLM or Air France's loyalty program. And I do a return trip, I'd need to throw in about 20,000 points extra, which I could use from my general spending. And then you'd usually need to add in about $600 of taxes and fees for that round trip, somewhere around there. I have a lot of videos on my TikTok of free tools that you can use to find points-based flights, business class deals or first class or economy. So check out that link in the caption as well if you're interested to learn more about that. And I'll post more videos here on YouTube too. I hope that was helpful. Feel free to drop any thoughts in the comments. I'll get back to each and every one of them. If this was helpful, feel free to leave me a like, drop a credit card emoji if you've lasted to this point in the video, and follow along on TikTok if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest credit card news and strategies.